I'm Reese Stroud with Group 23 Table Union. We did a firehouse event.
Hey guys, I'm Erica.
And I'm Wad.
I'm Matt.
I'm Eric.
I'm Andrew.
Hello everyone, this is Table Union team. Our plan was to raise up $700 for the Boys and Girls Club, and the plan was to raise $700 by making a concert benefit, and we decided to charge $5 per person to everybody who's gonna attend that concert. And we didn't change our plan, but until we decided to add the raffle thing, and we sold ticket raffle for that night, and whoever won we decided to give him half the price of what we sold that night.
So before we started our event, we showed up early just to set up everything and get ready for our event and to organize the tickets and the raffle. And then at 9 p.m. people started to show up. We started to sell the tickets and the raffles. At 11 p.m. The band started to play music, and the people seemed really enjoying their time eating their pizza while they were listening to the music. So at the end of the night, we announced the raffle winning, and we split the earnings. And at the end of the night, Firehouse team, they were really happy of what we did, and they told us that we should do it again.
Hi, I'm Eric McCune with the ISU Table Union. We raise money for the Boys and Girls Club of America. Just like any organization, there are going to be things that are going to make obtaining your goal difficult. For instance, conflicts within the group. When we initially got together, how we were going to go about gathering resources to help us attain our goal, we faced issues. For instance, I had an idea that I was going to sell eggs to people on the quad so that they can throw it at me for $1 each. Someone in my group disagreed with me. I disagreed with her idea. And there was just a lot of tension initially. But good groups and like-minded individuals, such as everyone in the ISU Table Union, are good at resolving those types of conflicts, I would say. That was one issue. Another issue was getting in contact with people who are going to support us. Firehouse wasn't getting back to us promptly. So that was making things, it wasn't conducive to a expeditious endeavor. Another thing that causes problems was making sure that the bands that were playing, because that was what we were using to raise money, was making sure that the bands that were going to play were solid, that they were going to follow through, that they weren't going to flake on us, because we weren't getting much. It was a similar issue. They weren't getting back to us promptly. So we had to make sure that we had fallback plans, which put more strain on us as a group and as individuals. Then there's personal constraints. There's things that go on in people's lives that cause them to not be able to attend meetings, which may be important, which may have vital information. For instance, one member in our group had a family emergency, and he wasn't able to attend the group. And then there are other things like that that just make things harder.
So some of our task and relational problems were hard to overcome. Things were a little awkward at first, but after a couple weeks, everybody warmed up to each other. And to keep everybody working well, we made a point to enforce the group rules, and everybody did that together. And the way that we came to decisions was through a consensus process where everybody had to agree instead of just designating a leader. After we came to develop a plan, everything became very cohesive, and people started to understand what they needed to do, what each of their tasks were, and everybody was able to pitch in. And at the event, the success was that we raised about $550 off of the raffle and the cover charges, which worked very well, and the rest of it was covered through donations.
So the 3 things that we applied that we learned in class was group norms, group roles, and conflict resolution. For the group norms, every time we would meet, we would go to the same floor in the library, Milner, 3rd floor, and we'd meet at the same time, 5 o'clock, and we'd go to the same table, and it was just kind of like a comfort thing. Every time we would just flock to the same area because that's kind of like we kind of felt like that's where we did our best thinking. For group roles, we all were assigned a role, and honestly, I would say that we could have done this maybe a little better because some of the roles didn't really like have like anything to do there because we had 2 treasurers, and really you kind of want to try and keep all the money together instead of kind of splitting it up and then trying to figure out who has what, and it just can be difficult. So we kind of only used 1 treasurer, so it was just a little. It could have been done better instead of having 2 roles for certain roles. We could have split it up differently. And for conflict resolution, we definitely were able to kind of like calmly talk things out. And if someone had an idea, we would speak up. And if someone disagreed with it, then we would all have to kind of take a step back and look at the bigger picture. And we would all have to try to figure out what we could do to all agree on the resolution.
If another group or group of students were to be doing this exact same project, raising funds for the Boys and Girls Club, would probably say, would recommend that they start off brainstorming more and actually have thought their ideas instead of just going with one thing and sticking to it. That would be because we almost fell short on the amount of money that we needed to reach. So I would definitely just recommend to have a lot more ideas to go from before just sticking to one thing and going with that.
At the end of the day, we came together as one. We united. We struggled. We bled, and we overcame. And that's what being a good organization is all about. Thank you.